Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on Chocolate, and we've got longtime fools Jason Hall and Travis Hoyam giving a 1 to 10 rating to the home appliance and robo vacuum maker that's now worth over 100 times iRobot's market cap. It's SharkNinja, ticker symbol SN. First, we'll rate the strength of SharkNinja's business, including factors like industry and competition. 10 is invincible, a 1 is hopeless. Jason's at a 7, Travis, you're at an 8.
Yeah, I honestly wanted to go higher. As I was researching this, I was basically just doing Christmas shopping on SharkNinja's site. But this is about as high as I can go for an appliance company. The only thing that I'm maybe worried about is a humanoid robot cooking for me instead of having to have all of these appliances. I don't know how that would work, but maybe that robot would be made by SharkNinja. They have such phenomenal products as, I got to get this right, the 4-in-1 portable glass air fryer cooking system, Cyberspace. I don't know why the word cyberspace is in there, but that says everything you need to know about this business. It's phenomenal.
Because marketing, Travis. That's all you need to know. And SharkNinja, I'm at a 7. I think, Travis, you're grading a little bit on a curve here. I think my 7 is the same as your 8. This is just a really tough industry. Economic pressures that can weigh on the business, but they've carved out a brilliant niche in being price conscious and now more of an innovator. The creamy soft serve ice cream machine is just a remarkable product, and they're getting a premium price on that. So they're starting to fish in more ponds than they have in the past. I'm just not sure if they can continue to do that and lead with pricing, where with cost is how they've always won.
If you all haven't tried the AI.Bitcoin coffee maker, well, you're missing out. For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Jason's at a 7. Travis couldn't contain himself this time. He got a 9.
Yeah, Barukas has been the CEO since 2008. Incredible execution. Look at this product lineup. I think there's a lot to like. Jason's going to talk about this, but hasn't been necessarily a public company CEO for all that long. There's kind of a weird corporate back history, but that's all opaque for us as public investors. I think there's a lot to like right now.
I think there could be a lot to like, and the reason I went with a 7 is, as much as this has been a wildly successful business, we'll talk about the financials. I'll get to some of the things that I'm using to grade management on. We just really don't know. This is a very new public company, less than 2 years since it went public. I'm optimistic, but the evidence is a little limited. So as much as I want to go higher, that's as high as I felt comfortable going.
Financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Jason's at a 6. Travis, you're at a 7.
Yeah, I like the business, but you start looking at the income statement, you have kind of a low teens operating margin, never going to be much higher than that. So this is going to be a very competitive space. There are going to be sort of limits on how much you can grow, what your profitability is going to be. So I can't go too high. Seven's a pretty respectable number, but there are definitely some risks to their financials going forward.
I think it's too respectable. That's why I went with a 6. You start peeling back the layers. You mentioned that operating margin. That's really good for this kind of business. Single-digit cash flow margins, also really good. But again, I think that's the best you can expect. It's going to be really cyclical over time. And the balance sheet's not exactly a thing of beauty either.
Jason, let's move on to valuation. How well will SharkNinja's stock do over the next 5 years? And how safe is it? 10's a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
I think investors can expect 5 to 10% in annualized returns. I think it's going to do okay. It's not going to do great. A lot of where the stock is in 5 years is going to have to do with where the economy is in 5 years, because it's very leveraged to consumer discretionary spending. That could be great, or it could be a real problem. As a result, my safety score is a little bit on the low side at a 6. I don't think it's likely investors lose money. It's a good business. It generates cash flow. It's profitable. The balance sheet's not beautiful, but it's not a mess. But I don't think it's going to blow the socks off of investors' portfolios. But I also don't think the chances of losing money is very high either.
I'll set a higher bar here at 15% plus, but a pretty low safety score of 6. Still a company that's growing. I think there's plenty of opportunities to continue to grow the business. Valuation is pretty reasonable. Price of free cash flow is about 17. So I think there's the opportunity for both revenue growth and a little bit of multiple expansion, but it's not a guaranteed thing. So definitely don't want to go too high on the safety side.
Thank you to both Travis and to Jason. They've given SharkNinja pretty strong overall score of 7.1 out of 10 without any obvious toppers that aren't big conglomerates. They've been on my radar since I was a iRobot shareholder. I mentioned that before and saw them kind of eat their lunch. So if they're not on my 100 stock watch list right now, they will be. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is Medtronic. Till then, Fool on.